Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome everybody, guys. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin this time, and today we need to take a look at the higher time frames on the broader picture, because recent collapse that we talked about at the eve of this event. Yesterday we have talked about some psychological background on the price behavior, and we suggested that indeed market stands at the eve of the collapse, but actually it has happened very fast. So just in the same session as we have talked about it. And on a broader view, you could see that market mostly has completed our long-term target. This is the butterfly on the weekly chart. We have mentioned it within this year, probably since the summer. We talked about this butterfly and said that bearish dynamic pressure is growing here because market was forming lower tops, and here was trend was bullish, but price action is not. And we said that usually leads to taking out of these lows. In what manner the taking out will happen, it's difficult to say. Whether this will be the wash and rinse, market will just drop lower and return right back up, or it will be the breakout. But this drop should happen. And right now, as you can see, it has happened. So here we have the target approximately 51 even. Market was around 52, so it's just $100 difference. It's not really big scale for a weekly chart. Mostly, what is really important is that this drop has happened. So at the first glance, it's interesting to take a look when market shows this collapses or something of that sort. But in fact, when it's already has happened, it's not very interesting, because you just have the huge candles on the charts and small things that you could talk about. It's better to watch for market before the big moves should happen, and as we did yesterday. But still, with the Bitcoin, because it's not just a traditional asset, it's one thing that stands on the background, and this thing is really important. It's the mining break-even point. So guys, if we'll take a look at the mining price, you will see that approximately global average price of the mining expenses stands around $5,000. So with this collapse, the major problem, the major question that market should answer is how this drop right to the break-even point impact on the mining, because adjusting of the mining will make an impact on the price of the Bitcoin. And how market will react on this event, this is not really simple question, and it's definitely will need some time to see what will happen. Whether miners will start to stop mining and out of this business, and maybe it will lead to a total disappointment in the Bitcoin and market will start dropping further, or contraction of the mining will reduce the amount of the Bitcoins that will be on the market, and this probably will lead to some adjustment, some retracement or some price rising, because the reward as the amount of the miners will become less, reward for the mining will increase, and this will demand for the mining process. And so it's really a very difficult question, and definitely it will spend some time before market will be able to answer it, and that's the major question that we see right now on Bitcoin. So as major target has been completed, now it's better to take the pause, because we think that market could turn to some sideways action until this situation will not be clarified. In a technical picture, what we have on the weekly chart, price mostly, the target mostly has been completed, although by this impulse, by the momentum of this drop, some downward continuation could happen within a few weeks, probably, to complete this butterfly totally. On the daily chart, market, sorry, this is not this picture. On the daily chart, market also has completed our butterfly on the daily. So when the market was not able to complete even minor COP upside targets we have talked about in the last week, this is not normal for the market, and when it shows an ability to reach even minor target, it suggests that market will turn to the opposite direction. That indeed has happened. So 1618 target has been completed, but as you can see, as market has dropped right to the 1618 extension with just single session, it means that on the momentum of this trade, with maybe some minor retracement, market could continue slightly downward action a bit more. Currently, market stands at daily oversold, so definitely some pullback here could happen. On the 4-hour time frame chart, market has completed the hourly target that we have talked about. Recall what we said yesterday. If breakout will follow, usually market moves in the same distance as the range that has been broken. So this black line is the height of this candle of the Bitfinex collapse. It's counted to the downside. It's mostly equals to the target that market has hit. So what we could expect today? Today, since market stands at the daily oversold, definitely it was a kind of shock for the market currently. It's some new information. It's new background for the cryptocurrencies. The same market stands at the oversold area, completed some important targets. So we think that probably some retracement here could happen. We do not expect some really strong pullback, but maybe kind of the ABCD action could be formed. Market could reach somewhere to the 58 target, something of that sort. Some kind of the gradual ABCD retracement. That in turn tomorrow could give us godly triple to sell. As we said, that momentum is definitely strong, and some downward continuation really could happen. So we'll see. But currently it's probably will be some silence on the market because investors need to adapt the new reality and understand what's really is going on here.